Buddy comes up to me and he says, Kris, I need to get some life insurance because I just got married and now I've got a kid. And I'm like, why are you doing that? He's like, well, if I die, I want to make sure that I can take care of my wife and my kid. And I'm like, you're telling me that you're doing life insurance for the death benefit? Bro, that is so archaic. So I promised him that I would make him and you a video on the 5 actual benefits of life insurance that I benefit from each and every day.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! I'm turning dreams into reality. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
This is what most people think life insurance is about. It's about stacks of cash, where you're like, ooh, make that stack big enough and maybe I'll knock off that person that I love and take the winnings and
Hello, Father.
You know, Socrates said.
No, they actually have systems against that kind of happening for the most part. Probably not foolproof.
But seriously, intentionally killing a policyholder will void all life insurance benefits.
But really, it's like life insurance is for people that die, right? And then you get a pile of money and then they can take care of and service your debts. Hopefully you have some leftover money. I'll tell you right now, one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life is losing friends to death that didn't have life insurance. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. What about your loved ones that you left behind? You know how cheap it is to have insurance? But that's not what we're talking about today. We're not talking about basic term life insurance. We're talking about the living benefits that come from cash value life insurance. And there are several. I'm just gonna hit the top 5 right now. And by the time this video is done, I can all but guarantee you're gonna be like, whoa, are you telling me that by owning a life insurance policy instead of the death benefits, that there's things that can benefit me every single day right now? Yeah, and there's 5 of them. Now let's get clear on something right now. I've got stacks of cash everywhere because I'm a business owner and I love business, and my whole game for being in the game of life insurance is actually all about being smarter financially for my family, but also in business. So these 5 benefits have to do with intelligent ways of maneuvering money. But aside from that, some other reasons why you want to definitely watch today's video is because did you know as of like right now, there are 106 million American adults that don't have life insurance? And half of the people that don't have life insurance, they don't do it because they estimate that it's 3 times more expensive than it actually is. So let's talk about the 5 benefits, but let's first draw attention to this. Why do I have my phone number here? Either I'm desperate for friends, or I fancy myself a mentor that really likes to help people financially. You can literally text this phone number and ask any questions about today's video, or if you're a subscriber on my YouTube channel or any of my other social media, you wanna talk real estate, you wanna talk about business, mergers, acquisitions, being a billionaire, guess what? Text me, let's have that conversation. But in the meantime, let's get back to life insurance. So let's talk about the kind of life insurance, a whole life insurance policy that allows you to not just put money in to cover your death benefit, but to put extra money in it, like a very special type of bank account. And what happens when you put money in this kind of account is it builds up what's called a cash value. Cash value life insurance is an asset that you actually own. And unlike term insurance, where all you're really doing is paying for the death benefit, whole life insurance is permanent and stays with you for life. As you continue to fund your insurance policy, you're basically building equity in a policy and the flexibility for your finances to be able to access some of that money. So it literally might look like this. Each one of these stacks, for example, is worth $10,000. And let's just say that $10,000 covers several years worth of millions of dollars of life insurance. Let's just say that that is the case. Did you know that I can literally take my excess money and put it in on top of that each and every month? I mean, you realize that to get ahead financially, you're probably saving money, right? Like hopefully you're living within a balanced budget and you're saving money at the end of every month after you cover your expenses. In other words, you're living below your means. Now, there's 2 reasons why you're doing this. You're either an accumulator that says, I just like to access stacks of cash. You could put it in a bank, you put it in a life insurance policy. There's benefits if you put it into life insurance, but really the reason why I like to accumulate money in an insurance policy is not because I'm an accumulator. It's because I'm an investor. What I'm saying is that instead of taking my money and then just putting it in like a savings account where I could easily access it and the bank's like, ew, we'll pay you 0.0 nothing % on your money if you put it here. and they give you a dum-dum on the way out because they're actually taking your money and actually lending it at 50 to 80 times the cost of what they're actually paying you.
What's all gone?
The money in your account. It didn't do too well. It's gone.
What do you mean? I have $100.
Not anymore, you don't. Poof.
Banks are smart, and I don't like the banks to win. So I act as a bank in my own right, and I do that through life insurance. I bank my money in a policy, and I build a cash value because of the following benefits that it gives me. Benefit number one, I can put my money in and I can take it out. It's called a withdrawal. It works just like a bank account, except there are some really cool perks that I get because what I'm really doing is taking a loan against it while it's still sitting in there, and the money is cheap compared to the dividends that it's actually producing. Withdrawals from your policy can be made anytime without penalty. Although they temporarily reduce the death benefit, they provide liquidity when you need it. And the withdrawals are tax-free up to the amount that you paid in premiums. Bottom line is, I can put money in, I can take my money out, and I do that because if I put it in and then later access some of it for investing, I can actually create benefit on what's in the policy, and I can create benefit on what's in my investment. Add the two of them together, you're gonna get a higher ROI. The second benefit is that I get some guaranteed returns when I house my money in a life insurance, what I call a life insurance bank account. You see, in this type of cash value policy, I'm earning money in two different ways. Number one is the state guarantees that I get to make a certain amount of money. It's usually somewhere around 2 or 3% just for having my money in there. But on top of that, I'm also earning tax-free dividends, which are usually another 1, 2, or 3%. Which means if you add it all up, you could literally be earning 4, 5, or 6% a year on your money, all of it tax-free, all while it is literally sitting in there in your life insurance bank account. Or even if I borrow it at 2 or 3%, I'm still earning the 6% on everything that's in it, which means that I'm still earning whether the money is in or out. I'm not saying that you're gonna get rich on 4, 5, 6%. That's also why I don't put money in 401ks and IRAs. But it doesn't mean that I can supercharge my investments, because if I can pick up some points there, I get the benefit while it's also invested earning money over there as well. That leads me to benefit number 3. It's a hedge against inflation. As in right now, inflation is sitting right at the 12-month average of 8.2%. And I want you to think about that. Literally, if you have $100,000 sitting in a bank account, then just by the passage of time with 8.2% inflation, I'm losing $8,200 of buying power on my original dollar. So if I can be picking up 4, 5, 6% on it, that is a hedge. It basically works against inflation versus my money sitting in a bank account where it's just losing at the full rate of inflation. Listen, the 100-year average on inflation is like 3.1%. And even though we haven't seen this high of inflation for the last 30 years, it's a market force that we don't experience very often. A market force that we do experience on a regular basis is a down market, as in when we go from a bear market to a bull market and back down into a bear market. When the market goes down, most people's IRAs, 401ks, stock portfolios, mutual funds take a hit. But if your money is sitting in a life insurance policy with those guaranteed returns and those dividends, that's another hedge against not just inflation now, but also down markets that happen on a regular basis. For those taking regular withdrawals from a retirement account or borrowing against your policy, it offers you the flexibility to not sell portfolio shares until the market rebounds. This protects your principal, giving more protection to annuitized income. Bottom line is it gives you some options. For me, it's really about putting my money in, taking my money out, having benefits on it, having it grow tax-free, having it protected, and that's what leads me to the next benefit. Listen, while there's other benefits of cash value life insurance policies, I'm gonna touch on one more today, and it's that your money becomes untouchable. As in, the government has not been able to find a way or has a desire to liquidate money out of a life insurance policy, because it is generally intended for your loved ones for when you pass on. You committed the crime, they're not trying to punish your family. And I'm not saying you have committed a crime, but let's be honest, we live in a very litigious world. I've been sued on a few occasions. It's kind of a byproduct of doing as many businesses as I do. And I once paid $1 million to defend myself. And I remember feeling very, very vulnerable. A life insurance policy, the money that's in there, that stuff is a no touchy. No one has access to it. And that's a meaningful enough protection for me, a reason for me to want to do that. Because at the end of the day, the last thing you need is some freak accident to financially take you out. Listen, in today's video, you're either watching because you're interested in what I do in finance, business, franchise, real estate, side hustles, whatever, and you're looking for a more intelligent way to funnel your money through intelligent, sophisticated financial systems. Or you just happenstance across this because genuinely you're interested in life insurance and how to do it the right way. Well, in either scenario, there is a link below this video for you to actually get in contact with me or a member of a life insurance company that I really believe in that can help you get set up the right way. The first link is to get a free game plan with me and my team on how to build a very successful financial future. Because again, before you move that money in there, you got to be asking, is it for real estate? Is it for business? Is there active income, passive income, a residual income? What am I trying to create? What are my goals? Talk to my team and get a financial game plan. Or if you're like, no, I know that I'm ready to start my life insurance policy. Kris, who are the right dudes? Well, I've spent a decade finding the right dude and his amazing company, and it's called Epic Life Insurance. There'll be another link below where you can connect with them and they will get you hooked up. Hey, Kris Krohn, I actually can't qualify for life insurance because I'm dying. They won't underwrite me. I can't get a policy. I met a man who has less than 10 years left to live, and he came into my studio and we made a video on how do you set your loved ones up for life if it can't be through life insurance? How do you get them set in 5 years or less? And if you want to know how that very awkward but very important conversation turned out, click here and let me show you.